Will Fort Triumph be the fantasy-oriented, turn-based tactical strategy of your dreams, or will you be haunted by bad jokes and puns, poor mechanics, and lame RPG progression forever? My name is Thoraxe, and this is Strategy for Busy People. If you've got a few minutes, I'll tell you what to play. I've had mixed success with turn-based tactical strategy games here on Strategy for Busy People, but that doesn't mean I won't keep giving it a try. And on this go-around, we're looking at Fort Triumph by CookieByte Entertainment. I've got almost 9 hours in this game. The thing about turn-based tactical strategy is that it can be pretty much placed into any background environment. Fantasy, modern warfare, science fiction, and anything in between. For me, my definitive first exposure to the genre was the original XCOM, which, as a relatively young kid, was absolutely terrifying as well as completely impossible. But things have come a long way since then. Fort Triumph lands itself solidly in the fantasy realm, with an interesting mix of character classes to join your party. While the core of the game is turn-based tactical combat, there are a lot of RPG elements to it too. As you progress through the storyline, your characters gain experience and can level up their abilities. On top of the RPG elements for your party, there are also RPG elements for your home base. You can use the various currencies in the game to purchase improvements to your base, which then give your party improvements in combat. The overall map can be explored, and you mostly get to direct when you will have enemy encounters or not. There are various common locations that provide opportunities for power-ups, risk-taking, and so on and so forth. Similar to some other games I've recently played, most notably For the King and perhaps Warhammer Mechanicus, there is a time-based mechanic where dilly-dallying to help or improve your party and explore comes at the penalty of more robust enemies. One of the cuter elements of the game, outside of the light-hearted jokes and lively art style, is the physical interaction with the environment. Rocks, trees, and other obstacles can be knocked over, pushed, and pulled to cause damage to your enemies. Additionally, the enemies themselves can be pushed or pulled too. Some of these physical maneuvers, in combination with abilities like Overwatch, create interesting opportunities for combination attacks. For example, kicking an enemy sends them sliding along through another one of your party's Overwatch field of view, causing an additional attack of opportunity. The skill trees provide a fair amount of customization of each class for different playstyles, but ultimately the core tropes rule the day. That paladin may get a few ranged abilities, but he's really mostly good at tanking and sword slashing. Outside of that, other typical RPG-ish elements that you might expect are there, but in somewhat novel ways. For instance, skeletons have neither flesh nor eyes, so attacks that cause blinding don't do that. You can't blind what isn't there. But without eyes, how do the skeletons see? Whatever. When you get done with the campaign, which took me almost the entirety of my playtime, you also have the option to play skirmishes, which are procedurally generated with computer opponents in one of the different biomes. While there are different quote-unquote races in the game, they all pretty much have the same character classes, except for some interesting race-specific things, as mentioned previously. And there's multiplayer too, but you can bet that I didn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. Other people? Psh! Before I give my final verdict, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to share with your friends. Agree with me, disagree with me, or want to see other content? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to support me in making more of these videos, become a patron on Patreon. Your support really makes a difference. The final verdict. While I often hate turn-based tactical combat games, I found Fort Triumph had the right difficulty, novelty, and a sufficiently interesting story to propel me through the campaign to nearly 9 hours of gameplay, which is definitely on the high side for me. On my trademark 3-point score scale of avoid, meh, and I forgot to eat, I didn't exactly miss any meals, but I definitely found it hard to tear myself away from one more turn to go take care of real life. Good job, Fort Triumph.